Would the keeper of the flame please bring forward the Christ candle? Namaste.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, beloved of God. Right where you are at this moment, the light of Spirit shines through you. Infinitely loved by God, you are the light of the world. My name is Sandy, and I welcome you to Unity Spiritual Center of Waco this morning. And as I see Cecil doing, let's turn our cell phones off. Thank you. And please stand as you are able and join in our congregational singing.
How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I can understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet Spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet Spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Today, sweet Spirit, how must I share today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How must I share today, sweet Spirit? How must I share today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. All right, sorry, one more time. How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go.
Thank you. Now let us say together our statement of truth, which is on the screen. There is only one presence and one power in my heart and in my life. God the good omnipotent. We are a beacon of light and life for those who need this spiritual home right now. And let us say together our vision, mission, and core value for today. Our vision, to awaken an awareness of spirit in our lives through modern application of ancient wisdom. And our mission, raise consciousness, transform lives, heal the planet, one person at a time, beginning with me. And our core value for today is oneness. We are all one in God and experience the interconnectedness of all life. And our daily word for Sunday, June 24th, 2022, is loving. Just as the sun shines on everyone and everything, I am a loving presence to everyone I meet. My kind words, welcoming smile, and compassionate actions all spring from the love that is part of my divine identity. Being a loving presence draws me closer to God and to all people. I want to share the love I have known throughout the seasons of my life, at heights of triumphs and joy, and the depths of loss and suffering. God is love, and so am I. No matter who I meet or what they're going through, I am loving. I bring support, kindness, solace, and comfort, and share them lavishly without thought of reciprocity. I am the hands and heart of God in the world. And from Romans 13, verse 8, owe no one anything except to love one another, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. And our affirmation for today, I will read and then we'll say together, I am a loving, caring presence. I am a loving, caring presence.
Thank you, Sandy. This is a time in our service when we normally come together, welcome each other, give each other a hug. We're not really doing that now because of the way COVID's trying to come back. But I'd like for each of you to look around and greet one another and share your presence. And we especially like to thank you that are joining us online and out there through the ethers, knowing that you're with us. We welcome you, and you are part of our church family also. So, each of you, great having you here.
How could anyone ever tell you you are anything less
Thank you, Lucinda. And thank you, Sandy. Good morning, beloved of God, right where you are at this moment. And I'm reading the wrong one, aren't I? No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Good morning. I'm Rev Don, and it's a pleasure to welcome each of you to Unity Spiritual Center this morning. Today, we affirm and celebrate our unity, our oneness with each other, and our oneness with all that is, and our oneness in God. Your presence is essential, for each of you is a unique aspect of the energy that is Unity Spiritual Center. And that energy expresses as unity. Right here and right now, we know that none of us are here by incident or by accident or coincidence. Unity is a new thought denomination, yet new thought is nothing new to the world. It is in reality a synthesis of the greatest concepts of the minds and spirits of humankind across the ages. The laws of Moses, the love of Christ, the ethics of Buddha, the morals of Confucius, the 5 pillars of Islam, and the deep spiritual realization of the Hindus all find an exalted place in unity. In unity, we believe that all people are created with sacred worth, regardless of ethnicity, culture, sexual orientation, or creed. And we know that we know that neither God nor unity, I should say, leaves anyone out. So as we start our service today, let's begin with prayer. So let's just take a deep breath. Slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out. And allow ourselves to be in this moment, this time. And as we do this, we open our minds, we open our hearts, and we say, Infinite Presence, Loving Spirit, we come together today to celebrate your presence, to celebrate one another, and to celebrate ourselves. For we know we are each a unique aspect of your love, of your light. And we know that as we live our life, your presence is always there, leading us, guiding us, as long as we just open our minds, open our hearts. As we look out, we see the presence of God throughout our world. And we focus our attention on that presence, that love. And we see that light, that love surrounding all that is within our world. We don't allow our minds to dwell on the negativity, on the stuff that's presented to us in the news by others. But we focus our attention on your love. We know that this is how we make a difference. This is how we help ourselves and our world to grow, to improve. It's by sharing and caring and being open to the presence of God. And we each allow that to begin by us, by ourselves, by being the presence of the truth of who we are. We each make a difference. We are each truly an expression of your love, your light. When the disciples asked, how should we pray? Jesus gave them the Lord's Prayer, which we say together now is translated from the Aramaic. Infinite presence, which is everywhere. Your name is sacred. Your kingdom is come. Your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you forgive our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from error. Because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song, and the praise from all ages, throughout all ages, sealed in faith, trust, and truth. Each of us is the light and love of God, spiritual beings having a human experience. You are God's beloved, and we embrace you today. This is the time in our service when we have an opportunity to bless the children. And I don't know if Jaffe will come up here or not, but I didn't think he would. He's getting to be that age, being a little man now. But we'd like to bless him anyway and bless all the children in our world. So let's all rub our hands together and get some nice warm energy going. Hold them up and say, Jaffe and children, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are.
Really, Don? But it is actually a difficult one for me to find and sing like, oh, you love yourself, and not feel like a hypocrite, because this is a struggle that I've had my whole life. And so instead of trying to find a song that's about body positivity and all that kind of stuff, you know, when we're in unity, it just boils down to, you know, we are expressions of God, therefore we are love. And so Sue Riley, I know, shocking, right? I'm singing a Sue Riley song every week. That's what I sing, in case you guys don't know. But she has a song called I Am Love, and we have sung it before. Actually, Dad sung it with me, and Penny sung it with me, and Other Penny, and even though Donna's not here, she sang it with me. Other Penny's not here either. I don't know why I made that distinction. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and sing it. It's a very simple message. I am love, I am peace, and I am whole. Not donut holes, although those sound good. But it's a great song, so go ahead. Is it not playing? There it goes. Okay, can you start it over? Because I don't know where it is. You might need to turn the iPad up too. That might be the problem. Do you want me to go back there?
We're working on it.
Okay.
We have a new person in the
There we go. Perfect. I am love. 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 I am free to make the choice of love, free to be the voice of love. I am peace. I
And thank you, Lucinda. That was very appropriate for today. And you, as always, have a beautiful voice. Thank you. You do not have to be good. You don't have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through a desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. That's from Mary Oliver in Devotions. In New Thought, we recognize all avenues of healing. We bless the wonderful, wonderful world of modern medicine and medical doctors. We know that all activity is spiritual and that doctors, nurses, technicians, hospitals are all instruments of Spirit's healing. We also understand that our bodies are so much more than just the physical structure, that our bodies are composed of particles of energy, and that we determine the state of this energy, this body, by the perceptions and by our beliefs. Similarly, when we accept a belief, an idea without a particular happening, simultaneously the entire universe works together to support us in that experience. There is a great conspiracy. Whatever you name the experience, good or bad, all of life conspires to bring about that which you have accepted in consciousness. Obviously, the mind is not confined to the body. Actually, the converse is true. The body is in the mind. Physical reality is a reflection of consciousness. One of the great truths, and is here we go again, is that infinite life, pure spirit, is reflected as you, as me. There was a cruel experiment, I should say, done in California one time. Scientists took some mice and shocked them with electricity. Then they took these mice out of the room and brought in another group of mice. When they brought these mice into the room, they immediately panicked, started giving off hormones of stress, adrenaline and whatnot, because they picked up the hormones from that last group. We are always giving off hormones ourselves, relating to each other. It might be through our breath, through our sweat, or even that magnetic field and energy around each of us. We affect the world around us. Have you ever entered into a room or a house and felt a particular energy? That was a real experience. That's what we call a fact of physiology. One of my prayers is that our church, that we all have such an experience of wholeness and love when we enter into this place. When you walk through those doors, I pray that you actually feel that presence, that love that is here. An unmistakable sense of oneness. We can fill this place with love, with that potential. Every time we're here, so that we are literally steeping our spiritual home and one another in consciousness, a consciousness of peace, oneness, and compassion. We're all part of that. Emerson said, "Who you are shouts so loudly I can't hear what you're saying." Who you are is so much more than your body and even your mind. Who you are is what creates your mind-body. It's immortal and cannot be squeezed into the volume of a human body in the span of a lifetime. Who you are is without beginning and end. It never dies. So we live in this body during this experience. So number 1, care for the body. Number 2, know that you are already a whole person. And number 3, allow consciousness to lead the way. Number 1, common sense care of the body. Nutrition, exercise, rest. I've gone through periods in my life when I took great care of my body and times when I didn't. And you know from your own experience that life is so much more enhanced when we're being good stewards of our physical body. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth and populated the earth with broccoli, cauliflower, and spinach, green and yellow and red fruits and vegetables of all kinds, so man and woman could live long and healthy lives. Then, using God's great gifts, Satan created Ben & Jerry's ice cream and Krispy Kreme donuts. And Satan said, "You want chocolate with that?" And man said, "Well, yes." And woman said, "Well, while you're at it, how about a few sprinkles?" And they gained 10 pounds. Satan smiled. And God created healthy yogurt that man and woman might keep a healthful figure. And Satan brought forth white flour from the wheat and sugar from the cane and combined them. And man and woman increased in size. So God said, "Try my fresh green salad." And Satan created Thousand Island dressing, nice creamy croutons, and a side of garlic bread. And God said, "I sent you heart-healthy vegetables and olive oil in which to cook them." And Satan brought forth deep-fried fish and chicken-fried steak so big it needed its own platter. And man gained more weight, and his cholesterol went through the roof. God then created a light, fluffy white cake and called it angel food cake and said, "It is good." Satan then created chocolate cake and named it devil's food. I could go on, but you get the idea. Number 2, you are already a whole person. No miracles necessary. No miracles have to take place. The miracle is already here. All we have to do is get out of the way and let it do its own thing. The body is amazing. We don't have to instruct it to function, heart beating, life coursing through our veins, digestive system, healing agents at work constantly. This is our body temple. No temple of doom, as some people like to describe it. Honor it. Celebrate it. And if there are things you'd like to change about it, that's okay, but you're already whole and perfect. But number 3, change your thinking. If it's true that our destructive thoughts and patterns create disharmony in our body and in our life, then the converse is also true. Life-enhancing thought patterns can produce harmony and a sense of well-being, not just in our bodies, but in the world around us. This is why we pray and meditate. Do not let a day go past without spending some time devoting yourself to turning your thoughts into a more lofty awareness. Spend some time in gratitude and mindful celebration. You are your own best physician because the Spirit within us is God. Number 1, care for your body. Number 2, know that you are already a whole person. And number 3, allow consciousness to lead the way. You have total dominion over your body and over your physical health. The real you is indestructible. Fire cannot burn it. Water cannot dampen it. Wind cannot dry it. Weapons cannot harm it. It is ancient, unborn. It never dies. The real you is to be revered, for your life is the life of God. And as I thought about this sermon, I was thinking, well, we live in two worlds. We live in the spiritual world. We live in the physical world. And for us to truly flourish, truly to exist, we need to live in both and bring a balance within them. When you get up in the morning and you go in and you look in the mirror, hopefully you say to yourself, I am whole and perfect. I am an expression of God. We do that. But I have a feeling when we're doing that, we're doing it through a spiritual sense, knowing that we are a perfect expression of God. But we exist in two worlds. When we look in the mirror, we also need to look at ourselves and say, I am a perfect human being. I have a feeling, me as well, look in the mirror and say, well, yeah, but I wished I could change that, or I wish that this was different. I'm too skinny, I'm too large, I'm too tall, too short. I don't like this, I don't like that, and we dwell on that part of ourselves instead of the positive. We're putting our energy in the wrong place. We need to refocus our thinking. We need to look in the mirror and see what we like about ourselves, what we love about ourselves. We need to say, oh, I love the color of my eyes. I love all the hair that I have. I love this. Or maybe it's that I'm a perfect mother and I care so much about my kids and the way I live my life. Maybe it's the fact that I'm a beautiful craftsman and I can make things with wood that people love to look at, love to use. Or maybe I can take a picture, build a beautiful frame and a background and bring the beauty of that out. But each and every one of us may have a special voice. But each one of you, I can look at you and see something special about every one of you. When you look in that mirror, put your attention, put your energy, put your thoughts into what you love about yourself. Allow consciousness to lead the way. Number 3, that's refocusing, putting that energy into what opens us up to the presence of God, opens us up to allow ourselves to grow. We don't waste time, I should say, on that negative energy that is there for us if we'd like to. It's like the Krispy Kremes. Put your energy where your love is, and you bring that balance into your life. Bring that love into your life, and bring that harmony between the physical and the spiritual. Dr. Zhigong Shah from PBS, Power Healing, Soul, Mind, Body Medicine. Heal the soul first, then healing of the body will follow. He said that the main cause is energy blockages, spiritual blockages. The body and its immune system possess great healing potential. When you cut a finger, it heals itself, all by itself. When you catch a cold, you usually recover in a few days, even without intervention. Even if you break a bone, the fracture will heal itself. I'm talking about the body's inherent healing ability. The soul of your body isn't the only soul whose power you can tap into. Every bodily system has a soul, as does every organ, every cell, and every strand of DNA. There's a life force within all things, and we can connect with the power of it. It's everywhere. Consider the power of the oceans, the rivers, of nature everywhere, animals, the sun, the planets, the galaxy, and even our Mother Earth. Eastern philosophy tells us that the universe has two dimensions, the yin and the yang. The yang is the physical world we live in. The yin is the spiritual world, the soul level within each of us. As humans, we live in the physical world. We conduct our lives according to the laws of the physical world. Yet, whether or not we consciously know it or understand it, our inner life follows the law of the spirit world. Jesus said, I am in this world, but I am not of it. There are two separate existences here, interconnected. We can't separate them during this lifespan. So heal the soul first. Then healing of the body will follow. Fulfill the soul first, then the fulfillment of the body will follow. Every cell has its own energy field, every organ. The body as a whole has its own energy field. That's why Einstein and others have said that you and I are pure energy. And you ask, well, why do we get sick? Well, 5,000 years ago, an authoritative text of Chinese medicine called the Yellow Emperor's Canon said, if the qi flows, one is healthy. If the qi is blocked, one is sick. What is qi? The word means vital energy or life force, as in Tai Chi or Qigong. In Eastern thought, there is a qi, a life force for everything. Heart qi, liver qi, kidney qi, and on. You and I may not invest many years in learning or taking serious study about that type of science. There is only one qi, one vital energy in the universe. Everyone and everything is part of and connected to this one life source. The divine is one and the universe is one. We are all one in God. Repeat. Dr. Z. Gang Shaw. Heal the soul first, then healing of the body will follow. We can consciously utilize the power of the mind over matter. A couple of ways we can do that is by the spiritual practice of forgiveness and service. Not only do we need to work on bringing a balance between the physical and the spiritual within, but we need to live that. And two of the ways we can really live that, one is forgiveness. A young lady was diagnosed with cancer. She was abused as a child, carried anger and hatred for so much of her life. She finally hooked up with a spiritual coach, and then she found unity. She said she came to understand that all that anger and hatred had to manifest itself somehow, had to show itself, and it did as a tumor in her body. But through her spiritual studies and her journey, she let go of the contempt and replaced it with forgiveness. She began understanding or undergoing the treatment of her cancer. And the doctor told her he had never seen anyone's body respond so well, so quickly. The tumor disappeared. Second, service. Being of service to others will make the energy fields of our cells, our whole body, and our whole life tender, open. It's basic. The more we serve, the more blessings we receive. Conversely, if we're continually doing unpleasant things, If we're living in contempt, greed, then the blockages occur to every aspect of our life, our health, relationships, our finance. You want to be healed? You want your body and your life to be made whole? Let's not look so much at the conditions or the diagnosis. Let's look at our life. Bring the areas where there are blockages out into the light. What's driving you or calling you? Where's your attention? Forgive, deeply love, and let yourself be loved, and offer pure service to the transformation of your life. Not just your life, but your body, your whole life, and everybody. There is no more beautiful experience than when the world expands beyond its previous limits. These, I should say, are the moments when reality takes on a splendor. A physician, heal thyself. Steeping our spiritual home and one another in a consciousness of peace, oneness, and compassion. Emerson said, "Who you are shouts so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. Who you are is so much more than your body and even your mind. Who you are is what creates your mind-body. It's immortal and cannot be squeezed into the volume of a body or span of a lifetime. You are without beginning or end." We need to find balance in ourselves, not just in the spiritual, but in the physical. We are each whole, we are each perfect. Learn to recognize your potential. When you look in the mirror, see what is unique about you. I can look out there at each of you and see something in every one of you. You are special. Don't let anyone ever tell you anything else. So let's take that now into a time of meditation. So right where you are, just sit back, relax, and allow the chair to support you. Take a deep breath. Just slowly breathe in that love, that light. Hold it for a moment and allow it to flow out. And as it flows out, share it with those around you. Allow it to just flow out into the world. Breathing in that special essence of who you are. You truly are an expression of God. Feel that light, feel that love. Just allow it to vibrate through your body. Just the energy just surging through every cell. Oh, what it is just to experience the love and light of God. Let's just take a few moments just to sit and relax and be. Now as we come back to this place, to this time, let us not forget who we are, what we are. We are love. Thank you.
I would like to repeat that. That was a lovely, beautiful message. Thank you. This is the time in our service when we have an opportunity to give back to the work of Spirit through our offerings and tithes. We give in love and gratitude for our own prosperity in its many forms, which comes to us through God, our instant, constant, and abundant source. The ushers, please come forward. I invite you to hold your offerings in your hand as we say our offertory blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all of the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive, and I am grateful.
Please come forward. And please join me as we bless this offering. Okay, I guess we won't circle up, but we could all stand and spiritually connect to each other. And please join me as we say our prosperity statement. There it is. We affirm the continued growth and prosperity of Unity Spiritual Center of Waco, and we are grateful. In our prayer of protection, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. You are each an expression of God. Let the church say, Amen. Amen.